Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Tell a friend. Here we have a crazy story. This story right here is about the rapper known as Trouble. R.I.P. to him. It was an unfortunate situation, unfortunately. But unfortunately, situations like that happen all the time. That's the unfortunate part about it. Here's what happened right here.
Bill County deputies responded to a shooting. It was at the Lake St. James apartment complex in Conyers. Upon deputies' arrival, they observed the black male, lying on the ground, suffering from a gunshot wound. Unfortunately,
Pause it right there. So basically, with Trouble, probably where he went wrong, I believe where he went wrong, well, I know he went wrong for certain, is going to that young lady's apartment to begin with. When you go to someone's apartment that you don't really know too much, well, know for a long time, you know, not saying he didn't know for a long time, but obviously not. It could be a very, 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 very dangerous thing. I remember a long time ago, I was a young guy. I must have been 17, 18 years old. And then I met this young girl. She must have been 21 years old. You know, I'm gonna make a long story short. So, you know, I went to go see her for the first time. I accidentally fell asleep. I was upset I fell asleep also. I don't know how I fell asleep, but I fell asleep. When I woke up, it was a gun to my head. It was her baby's father. He said, "Get up, put your clothes on." I was so scared. Keep in mind, I was only like 17 years old, almost 18. So I put my clothes on and everything. He walked me outside and he told me, you know, lose her number, and the only reason I'm not going to do anything to you is because I don't want to see another mother cry. It was crazy. Ever since then, I never felt comfortable going to a female's house for the first time. Never ever, believe it or not. It was crazy story.
Fortunately, the victim did die on the scene. Mr. Morel Orr, which is the victim, I believe his name was Trouble. He's an Atlanta rapper, was visiting a female friend at the complex. And Mr. Jamichael Jones did know the female, and it was a domestic situation. I wouldn't say...
So what had happened is when I went to her house, her mother called the baby's father, and she told him, whatever she told him, I guess she told him he had someone over. She had someone over. He came over. He was an older guy. He must have been at least 20 years older than me. But yeah, things like this could happen to anyone. It's a very terrible thing. It's a crazy thing, believe it or not.
Say that this has anything to do with the area.
So basically, you know, the guy, I'm trying to figure out, how did he know, you know, that, I don't know. Let's listen.
I think it was an isolated situation. It was a domestic situation.
So what I'm trying to figure out, how did the guy know he was there? They said because of his car he was driving. He was driving a fancy car. That's the thing about having money. You get to drive fancy cars that kind of stick out, you know. It's different from normal cars. That's a terrible thing. That's one of the downfalls of having money. You know, you actually make yourself more noticeable to the public. Believe it or not, a lot of men right now are behind the bars for not the same thing, but if you think about it, a lot of men, they say, I heard it, is behind the bars because of females. I'm not blaming females. I have a few daughters, but that's what I heard. And, you know, this guy right here is just another one of them, unfortunately. You know, it's a terrible thing.
We have new details in the deadly shooting that took the life of Atlanta rapper Trouble.
This morning, arrest warrants are giving us more insight into the moments leading up to his death.
The new developments are coming a little more than 24 hours after police arrested that murder suspect.
Molly Oak joining us in studio this morning with the latest on the investigation and some new details coming out of that warrant.
So think about that. He's there hanging out, living his life. Next thing you know, he's a murder suspect. Unbelievable.
And once we got our hands on those arrest warrants, it gives us a bit of a clearer picture of what led up to the death of Atlanta-based rapper Morel Orr, also known as Trouble. They say the man charged with murder, Jamichael Jones, and his girlfriend of 3 years broke up about a week ago.
Sorry about that. So this guy's been with this girl for 3 years. They broke up about a week ago. A week ago. Okay. About a week ago.
The woman told deputies that she and Jones previously lived together, but that he left after she says he hit her during an argument. In the warrants, investigators say Jones went to his ex-girlfriend's apartment in Conyers early Sunday morning and forced his way in. That's where he found his ex and Orr asleep in a bed.
Sleep. Think about that. That's one of the most vulnerable things you could do is sleep. Once you're sleeping, especially if you're in a deep sleep, you don't really know what's going on. That's crazy. Something similar could happen to me. You know, it's a terrible thing. It could happen to anyone. It's a terrible thing. If you live in, if you decide you want to go to a stranger's house. It's a crazy thing.
Allegedly punching her in the face and fighting with Orr. Warrants say Jones pulled a gun, shot Orr in the chest, and then left the apartment complex 7 minutes later. Right now, Jones will remain in jail. A judge denied his bond yesterday, just hours after turning himself in. He faces felony murder, aggravated assault.
That's it for him. What do I know? I mean, did he love her that much? He didn't want to get another girl? I bet he wish he would have got another girl now, I guarantee you. But what do I know?
Assault and home invasion charges. He's due back in court in a week. Cheryl, all right.
That's crazy, huh? I mean, Trouble shouldn't have been there. I believe so. Because, he should have probably, been somewhere else. Why didn't he, That's crazy. Hear from him himself. But the type of life he was living, unfortunately, it might have probably played a role in his, early, passing. I recommend everyone try to settle down at least by 30 years old. At least for a man, that's what I think.
I like 55 of these, so everything sounds good right now.
Me too. And they always say the grass is greener on the other side. So, Trouble, you think about settling down?
No, not for real. Not at all. Like, that don't even be a thought that come to my mind at all. Like, hell no. Like, I really just be rocking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then I just done seen too much, too. Like, a bitch gonna do what they want to do, and ain't nobody sneakier than y'all. Like,
what?
You hear me?
Yep, so that's what's going on right there. That's what's going on right there. You heard him. As I said, this is my own personal opinion. I'm just talking, entertaining purposes. Here we go. But here's what he had to say. This is what he had to say right here.
We don't need nobody.
Don't say no damn. Y'all don't got nothing to do with that.
I'm talking about you.
Like me, myself, I don't act like no
Do
damn
you
robot.
want to be? Do you want to be?
I think
you want to
every
be
man,
booed up?
I think every man
want
want their own, like, the right counterpart. You feel me? It just got to be right at the end
What
of
you
the day.
looking for?
It just got to be all like, I don't see too much bullshit in the bench. Like, I probably was a part of it, like, probably started it all.
I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? I probably was the reason, and then a lot of times the woman was the reason. I don't have too many married women. And then that's why I was able
You
to...
so you was a side?
Wow, that's crazy. He done had too many married women, so that's why he decided he does not want to settle down. Makes sense now. Makes a lot of sense now.
You know what it is like? A lot of times guys aren't very honest about their feelings, and they're not honest about wanting to be in a relationship, and y'all want to act like, oh, we so tough, we so cool, we don't need nobody.
Don't say no damn. Y'all don't got nothing
Hear what he's gonna say.
to do with that.
I'm talking
like
about
me,
you.
Like me, myself, I don't act like no
Do
damn
you
robot.
want to be? Do you want to be?
I think
You wanna
every
be
man,
booed up?
I think every man
Like no
want
robot.
their own, like, the right counterpart. You feel me? It just got to be right at the end
What
of
you
the day.
looking for?
It just got to be all like I don't see too much bullshit in the bench. Like I probably was a part of it, like probably started it all.
I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? I probably was the reason.
So it seems like Trouble had a problem with messing around with a lot of women. That's what happens sometimes when you come across a lot of money. You tend to attract a lot of women. That's why sometimes it become a bad thing getting a lot of money, unfortunately, believe it or not.
And then a lot of times the woman was the reason. I only had too many married women. And then that's why I was able
You
to...
fucked with her, so you was a side piece?
Yeah, and I boo with it.
And I feel like that Jay's guys, because I heard another man say that this week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like, because he's fucked married women, he feels like he don't want to ever be married because he feel like
You ever wanted like a woman to leave her man for you?
Hell, fuck no. Cause you do that, what the hell you gonna do to me?
Here's what he's saying. Hear what he's saying.
On the next in line. And that what actually happened with one of the chicks who I rock with, like, cause we were rocking heavy, like, you know what I mean? But she was locked in. They were married for years, you feel me? They still live to this day.
They said, believe it or not, could be dangerous messing around with a man's wife. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Whatever. But on number two, you
It's
know what I'm saying?
not
On
you,
number two, but on number one. on number two, but on number one, that made sense. You know what I'm saying? But I just seen how vicious it was. Cause like she had got me a whole spot and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
She got you a spot.
But she got me a spot, but Buddy paying for her to go to law school, all this shit. You smell me? But so she might hit him on the. I'm like, how the hell you
So
playing?
he got you a
like,
spot.
You know, yeah, he got me a spot.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I got a story to tell.
Look at her snapping. She get through traffic early and shit. Like, you know, it be so much traffic, so I need to really leave like an hour and a half early so I can get to school in time and shit. But really, she just coming through there so I can jump in and tear up before she go to school. You swear?
Trouble was really living that life, as you could see. You know, he was really living that life. Unfortunately, that might have been his downfall. Women. Not blaming anything on women, but I mean, he died over a woman, right? Here we go.
I like shit.
Did you love her? Do you love her though?
Nah, rock with her. Like, I wouldn't say no love ass shit. Like, the reason we fell out because it got to the point where she ready to like tie out on home. Like, I'm really ready to kill that. Like, fuck that shit. You know
she wanted to leave her
dude. Oh, no.
Who was going to pay your rent?
No.
She bought your crib, right?
You crazy. You tripping. Like,
That's crazy. As I said, you know, it seemed like he did it a lot. You know, as I said, having money gets you more options. It's a crazy thing. I guess that's just how he lived his life. You know, you can't tell another person how to live their life, but, you know, he would have been better off if he went to a hotel. I believe so. I really believe so.
On the female too though. Like you could be some bullshit to where he don't even want to destroy you like that. Or he could just be the absolute bullshit. You feel me? Like up in that motherfucker second, he split up out of there. You feel me? Like so he don't really know how to goddamn move and groove. It could be on a nigga, it could be the bitch. Everybody's situation.
You don't be worried about like what if her man comes to your house or nothing like that?
I don't worry about them type of problem, period. Them niggas know not to play with me like hell nah, like I don't be tripping on that though.
Because you can't blame a dude if his chick is at, you know what I'm saying? You can't blame him. Like, of course
how do you come at him, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you come back at him?
Then that's not my fault too. Like at the end of the day, like even if you would try to come in that motherfucker, macho man, you smell me. Like, how you gonna holler at me about something? I'm not raping her. You feel me? Like I'm not making her do nothing up on her own.
She doing what she wanna do.
Yeah, she doing what she wanna do about this shit. But I'm not make her feel better.
No, and that's how I feel like when you catch your
That's
boy.
crazy. That's really crazy right there. As I said, unfortunately, seemed like he lived his life like that in a sense. But this time around, unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. I'm just saying what happened. That's it. I enjoyed his music, believe it or not. That's crazy. He makes her feel better. I mean, sometimes they do it for revenge, actually. You know, just to throw it in the man's face. Say, look who I'm messing with. But either way, it's a sad situation. But seems to me that, you know, it was inevitable in a sense. You know, his lifestyle. You know, the more money you have, the more increase your chance of meeting a woman. And sometimes you find a woman who's, you have so much money, maybe they want to separate from their family for you. And that guy's going to be upset, and it could be a bad thing. Because you told her wrong things in her ears, and everything got all messed up. But until next time, guys, F Service TV, tell a friend, tell a friend. Settle down by the time you turn 30 years old. You know, go to a hotel room if you meet a young lady. Decrease your chance of stuff like this happening. R.I.P. to trouble. Till next time, guys, F Service TV, tell a friend, tell a friend.